Hello, everybody. Welcome again to Ken Knows Gambling. We're going to continue on with what I've been doing, my experiment, and I, I'm really enjoying the comments because me bringing y'all into this, just like I said, I saw it, it spawned something in me. And then Waylon saw it, spawned something from him. And then now several of you guys are going, and I'm even okay with going, I'm not a big fan of that way. Here's how I would do it. Because it spawns thought. I have to realize we're all not going to think alike. We can't. I mean, we just can't. We all don't think alike. And I accept that. That's actually a good thing. But spawning thought is good because sometimes, we get complacent, we just stop thinking anymore. And that's part of why people like John, me, Waylon, whatever, we have channels because we're thinking. We're always thinking. And it just, you may think of something you ain't thought about ever in your life, and it just triggers something. That's a lot of the reason why I'm doing this, And so it seems to be working, and I'm happy about that, all right? So we're going to get into some more of this, and but before I do, let's see here. Manuel Alcivar, you're the next member that is sponsoring this show. Thank you, Manuel. I appreciate you. I appreciate all my members. Remember, new members, just go to my website, kenknowsgambling.com. Any new member, you'll get my ebook and all my downloads. You just have to email me and ask me for them. That's all. Because I need your email to be able to send it. And YouTube don't give me email. So if you want my downloads and you become a new member, you got to email me. All right. And then this one, I keep putting this out. This is probably one of my favorite shirts I've created. The only way to beat a casino is with a tank. So that's at my store, and he's got his little burglar mask on here, like it's disguising this tank. I just think that's hilarious. But anyway, that's over at my store. Again, go to my website. You can get there. You can get to my store from my website. And then finally, you sports folks, until the 22nd, I have a season pass special that I will end on August 22nd. And you can go there. One of my math guys, IP, because the way I've been doing this last time I did this little thing, I'm hedging over here on the floor, and he goes, it's so fucking funny. He goes, you got a don't hedge, go naked shirt, right? But you're hedging. Well, I forget who, somebody shared that I should make a shirt like that. Back when I was doing the retirement plan, and sometimes I hedged, sometimes I didn't. And I just think it's a cool shirt. I had somebody buy this shirt today. So I need to start rotating all my shirts. I get comfortable. I don't go anywhere because I'm retired. I stay at home. I do all my studio work. And hell, I may wear this for days and days. And then I'll change it out. But anyway, I got some cool shit. Like my mugs, there's my Bump on a Pickle mug. Everything in a shirt can also be gotten on a mug. Not everything can be a hat, though. But I got most of them on my hats, too. But even if you don't buy nothing, go look at it. I got some cool stuff. I'm always trying to think. If you got an idea, give me an idea. I'll create a shirt. Give me a good idea. Let's see, what else? Okay, that's it. So, let's get into this. And remember, all strategies will go down any way you want to tweak it. Don't care. Best bet in all the world is never to make the first bet because gambling sucks. So, the next question that I have for myself is, all right, we made $200 and something last session, right? And what did I do? I did the lay with the across. Well, I'm getting some people go, well, boo on that. You're ruining this. All right, where I'm coming at it from a protection angle, I'm still doing the rolls. All right, I need to explain this because IP said, oh, you only got 66% chance of hitting. That's true, but that's not what I was trying to share with you. So let me share my numbers thoughts again with you. A 7 on this very first roll can be made, I think it's 16 point something percent or 16.7% chance of a 7 coming on this next row. One row, 16%. Well, if that's the case, that means I've got an 83% chance of not hitting the 7. I could hit a 12, I could hit 11, whatever. So on this one roll, 83% chance of the 7 not showing up. And that's how I should have said it. Okay, instead of 67% chance of hitting, it's 83% chance of the 7 not showing up. And that's huge. However, even though every single roll, if you roll, you wait a while, you roll, whatever, that's going to hold true. But on accumulative rolls, this is the part nobody's getting. All right? This is how probabilities are done. It's not based on one single roll. It's based on events during a roll. Are you with me? You do not have an 83% chance of the 7 not hitting if you roll 10 times. I'm sorry. Probability goes, nope. If you keep rolling, which is what computers do, if you keep rolling, what's going to happen? As you keep rolling, that damn pyramid is coming. Sorry. All right? You keep rolling. It's the accumulation. So when you go, well, you got a 18% chance of hitting a 7 on any one roll. That's fine. But what are the odds of hitting 4 or 5 7s in a row, nonstop, in the accumulate roll? It goes down to, it's so astronomical that it ain't going to happen because of the accumulation of the rolls versus the single roll. That's the part I think people miss. Okay, the probability of something and how probabilities change the more you roll. It still is one roll, 6 ways to make a 7, 5 ways to make a 6 and 8. That won't ever change. But you keep rolling, probabilities go into this. And that's a fact. Whether people want to agree, disagree, it doesn't matter. Okay? So that's what we're talking about. So, you have a high probability without putting your 4 there, or 10, high probability of not hitting a 7. Well, on your second accumulative roll, one roll, here comes the second roll, this drops to 66% chance of a 7 not happening. And the third accumulative roll, it drops to 52%. That's why it's 3 rolls and done, because the fourth consecutive roll of probability says now it drops below 50-50 and you're now a dog. I know some of you won't get that, but that's the deal. So, a lot of comments have been, don't do this. All right, we're not going to do this. Is not live, but we're going to say don't do this. We have an 83% chance of a 7 not coming, or a 66% chance of hitting. But even that hit rate goes down the more cumulative rows. But 83% chance of a 7 not coming. Here goes. Looky there. That 17% hit. Just like the pass line. Come Come out 7. Come out 7. Come out 11. That's why people don't like doing don't pass or don't come, because of that right fucking there. And now you're in the hole. Now, you could say to yourself, I'm just going to keep doing it forever. And, well, I've shown throughout my other practices that for the most part, you just keep coming out. You're going to get 3 hits in 3 rolls, 2 hits in 3 rolls, 1 hit in 3 rolls, and then that as you roll. Well, so I decided to go here. Maybe even 3. Because you got 135 out there. That gives you maybe a $15 profit if you go with 3. Alright, so that's that math. Now let's talk about this math. Here's another thing that I don't think people understand. Why I will take the lay down. A lot of people think that the longer a roll goes, the more the 7 is due, which is not true. If you're going by the probabilities of this pyramid, straightening out and having these numbers do what they do to build this pyramid, yes, the first roll, 2 to 1. Second roll, you could keep saying, oh, you're always 2 to 1. Not through the accumulation of rolls. Because this down here at the bottom of the pyramid is the 4. This is the 10. The more you roll, the more this wedge says one of these is coming too. You with me? The more you roll, all these numbers are coming. This V is due. That's what I keep trying to share with people. This is due. All right? So if I leave this out indefinitely, and I believe if you guys want to check the math, it's 8. At 8 rolls, this becomes a 50-50 deal. The odds just keep getting worse for the probabilities of the 4 coming because of this. Okay. Does it mean you have to subscribe to this at all? No, it does not. If you don't want to do this, you don't do it. That's the beauty in it. It doesn't matter whether you agree with me or not. Hell, IP, he said it great, and he disagreed with me like you're supposed to. You know, go read his comment. Oh, he's not a big fan of this. Okay. But he had some more, things to say, and you could do this and this. That's exactly what I want. And that's what I want you to get out of this. All right? So, I think this and this particular deal that I'm doing, it's this. Or whatever you want to protect. You can just do it, and this way you're only lacking $35. You can do it like I did the last time. That's fine. But if you got the right bankroll, there's another reason for bankroll. You can go ahead and go this way. Alright, so that's roll 1, roll 2, roll 3. At roll 3, this comes down. This stays up for roll 4 and 5 and maybe 6. And that's it. Because now the 4's coming by the graph. It's coming. Whether it does or not, who knows? But we damn sure know it can because of the last 2 videos I've done. Alright, so I think this is how I'll do this. This is me. 3 rolls down, continue, and after 6, maybe even 5, after 6, this comes down. And I just wait it out. Nothing else matters. And that's how I'm going to do it. With my ladders. With this up, I don't ever have to ladder this. That's a good thing. I don't have to ladder this whole thing and go to 270. It's all from over here. Because either I'm going to hit, get the 7, or the 4 hits. If the 4 hits, it becomes a separate entity over here. Sort of the way I played for years and years and years. Except now I'm throwing some count numbers in there. I played this way before. So has a lot of people. And it's just all coming back down to probably the normal ways I've played my whole life. Ain't that weird how that happens? No matter what you try to create, it comes back to the old good simple KISS, which is what this whole series is, right? Here's the next question though. After all that stuff, let's say you get a hit. Now the question is, do you keep it? Keep it. Next hit. Keep it. And let's say you do get that third one. Keep it. You've made 35, 35, 35. You made $105 in that 3 succession. Take it down and maybe you can hit this before the 6th row. Not, then you're not going to get killed by any swings because you're completely down. Or do you do it this way? Some will advocate this too. Bam, you get the first hit. Press one of these. Keep. You get the second hit. Press the other one. Keep one. And then you get the third hit, and maybe it's one of these. You can't press it again because you're fixing to take it down after 3 rolls. You can only press it twice. And then maybe you get one of these. And then now you've got 70. And then you take it all down. So here's what it looks like. All right. Hit number 1. Press it. It's still your money. You ain't lost it. This ain't going to cover it anymore. But, I mean, that's the question. Either keep it all, $105, or do this. So there's, and then you put 30. Pocket 5. Get another one. Hold that one up. Raise that one up. Pocket, and then hopefully, it doesn't matter. You're either going to get another 35, a shit number, or one of these, or the 7, and that'll cover your initial bet, and you're fine anyway because all this was profit, right? And so then you hit one, that's 70. So then when you bring it all down, you won 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 130. It ain't that much more, but, you know, not unless you hit, you can hit your first one, hit your second one. I mean, 70, 70, 70, you can do some damage. But that, the question is not that. The question for me is, which way am I going to do it? Am I going to risk my profit to make this go up, or just take the hits? Or take the profit and throw it over here? That's what I have to work out. I think this part, I'm going to that's standard for me now. Take the 3, take it down. Keep this up for 2 or 3 more rolls, take it down. I'm going to call this, I got a name for it, even though I'm not done with it yet. For every reason that I've given you, I'm going to call it the KKG Pyramid. Okay? It's just, what am I going to do with the women? What am I going to do with those women? What am I going to do with the winnings? Pocket it or press? I think I saw Jimmy where he takes his profit and he goes down to the hardwood. Doesn't matter what you do. Do you take the profit and try to get lucky with it? Of course, if a 7 comes, you get to lose it all, or more on the conservative side. That I have to figure out, because I'm so conservative in reality. Boy, it's tough for me not to think that way. All right, so let me make sure my bankroll is right, and we'll get started. All right, and we're good. So we're going to do the 3. Actually, let's start with the 10. The 4 has been uncommonly ass-kicking lately. Now, I know John was talking about his Dallas drawdown and things, and that's good. I mean, he has a way that he likes doing this, going way up, maybe, and then as they hit, he's looking for 2 or 3 hits. I'm looking for 3 rolls. If it's 11, 11, 12, I'm done. It comes down. The V math dictates it. But again, you do what you want. I understand the concept. Go big and, draw it down. I get it. So everybody's still, John does something called a bridge. Every morning he brings this thing called the bridge. B is bankroll. R is risk management. Risk. And that's where I'm at right now. The risk part, right now, in my thinking of this new strategy. The KKG pyramid. So, I'm going to roll it this session, keeping the profit. And then I'm going to roll out another session later. Probably won't be too long after this one. I'll roll another one, keeping the profit. Now remember, these are just micro shots. Just because it works this time doesn't mean it will next time, and vice versa. I mean, you got to keep doing this. But nonetheless, here we go. Let's get started. Shit, we're 20 minutes in and I ain't even rolled yet. All right, here we go. Roll number 1. There's the 3. That's a wasted roll. Okay, I had an 83% chance of not hitting 7. I didn't hit the 7. But this roll, I've only got a 66% chance of not hitting the 7. There's the 4. That's roll 2. I get $50. This particular episode, I'm keeping them. I guess another thing, you could do a drawdown with this too. And reduce your risk here. That's another thing I got to think about. Do I even want to do a drawdown with this? So I've still got some tweaking to do, but at least I've got to this part. All right. Oh, by the way, these are like that. All right. So that's roll 2. And there's roll 3. It's a waste. We made $70 out of the deal, I believe. 50. No, we made 50 because we had 2 wasted rolls. And there it is. This stays up. But through roll 6. That's it. Maybe 5. I haven't really figured that one out yet. This is the first time I've really dove into that V, the probabilities of that pyramid. All right, and I'm looking at it differently than just per roll. All right. Anyway, roll 4. There's the 7. I forgot what the probability is of you getting a 7 because if I stop at roll 6, I forgot how many times this will happen before then. But anyway, it did, so we're going to get $150. This would come down. All right. I'm up $200. That's enough, isn't it? I had a good email from one of my platinum members today. It made my day. I won't read it because it's a private email. John Green, one of my $50. And it made my day. How his thought, and he's retired, so he's been doing this a minute, and how his whole process has turned. And he keeps saying when he's on the table, my voice is in his head. And he told me how much better his envelope, how much better he's doing listening to me. Now, I realize everybody can't and think like me. They don't want to. I get it. But I'm thinking about, no matter what your bankroll is, you have a certain amount of money that you need. And once you get it, that's enough. I don't care if you got a $20,000 bankroll. Does that mean you got to go for $2,000? No, no, no. And I think there's where people screw up there too. They just do it all based on bankroll. I mean, I have strategies that I will do that. But by and large, you guys have seen me just take 200 or 300, 305, and just somewhere in there to get off the table. That is huge to me, right? But I got 200, right? So now I'm thinking about 200 is good. Anything over 200. Well, I can walk with 200, or I can just play it one more time and see if I can get over it. And then if I get over the 200, now I have permission to play more reckless if I want, because there's my 200. All right, plus I think I had probably on that 300, 150, about 750 in VIGs. So this wouldn't quite yet be 200 anyway. I'd have, I'd have 200 less, about 750. All right, so, all right, here we go. Roll one. If nothing else, folks, I have passion about what I believe in, as you should have passion of what you believe in, even if it's totally opposite of my beliefs, and that's okay. Nothing to dig heels in. All right, that so many people like to do. All right, so we're going against the shirt IP. Here we go. Roll number 1. 6. 35. Now next show, we'll parlay them up. This show, I'm keeping it. There's roll 1. Or there's variations of it. Maybe you go up 6 and 6. So you can, that's okay too. But this show, we're doing this. Next show, we'll worry about those options, all right? But not this one. We'll wait for the next one. Roll 1. Roll 2. There's the 7. This is why I do this. Because you don't know when the damn thing coming. That pyramid's forming. It doesn't say when it's coming. It just is coming. Alright, so we lose. We won 35. We lose. I'm going to give them back. Well, I'll just deduct it. There's 135 that I lose. I win 150. I'm going to pay for all the VIG, I'm just going to call that a wash. Instead of collecting the 15, we're going to pay the 750 VIG for this one, the 750 VIG for that one, and I'm going to wash this one out. All right, for all you bigsters out there. All right, so here we go. We're even going to change the dice. Roll 1. There's a 10. It's going to happen. All right. All right, that's roll 1. I'm going to come back out 300. We're going to go up to 600. For roll 2, this is now going to become independent. Here's roll 2. I still want these. There's an 8. 25, 35. That's roll 2. And then roll 3. See, you don't know when they're coming. This is why the number of rolls to me is so important. And some of you may go, well, that's why it's all bullshit. Whatever. So this is roll 3. I got popped over there at 300. I'm going up 3. So there's the 8. That's roll 3. 25, 35. Okay, bring it down. Roll 4. There's a 5. Roll 5. There's an 11. And roll 6. There's a 2. That's it. You're bringing this back, and you're waiting for that 7. There's the 4, boy. See what I mean? That V, it's coming. Even the 4 versus a 7. And this protects me from just multiple whacks by just leaving it up, which I've done before. So whatever roll, we don't care. We want that 7. We want it to reset. There's another 4 I just got protected from. And there's the 7. Look at what happens. So I'm resetting. All right, I'm going to take this 6. 4s have been cranking. I'm going to come back out with that 10. Roll 1. I'm going to keep trying to make 35s out here. Maybe eventually those will help me with the 300, but we'll see how it works out. Roll 1. There's the 7 again. In this case, I get 300, and I lose this. Okay, that's $15 in big. Bring it back. Let's see where we are. All right. Good enough we can start over. And this is what I ought to do. Let me bring some blue dice out to signify change in every dealer. Signifying a new person, right? So I can go back to 300. We'll go back to the 4. All right. Is it blue top? No, is it red? Hell, I don't know. We'll go blue. I'll keep those out there. All right, here we go. Roll number 1. That damn 4 again. I need to stay off that damn 4. There's roll 1. Roll 2. Look at that, 2 in a row. This is where the Baccarat helped me, moving it over to the 10. Roll 2. Roll 3. 3 4s in a row. Again, I think I've rolled more 4s this session than 7s. I think I'm probably 2 to 1. IP, you'll tell me. But here's the beauty. Because of how I've been doing it, and then I've switched over once I got hit, I saved myself 3 fucking 4s in a row. It just means you don't know when it's coming. I ain't been paying myself either. I ain't been paying attention to what I'm doing. Roll 1, roll 2, roll 3. 4 4 4. Shit. I think. There's 1, there's 2, there's 3. Is that not right? I've been rolling 4s. I've been so concentrating on them fucking 4s running. Well, the 1, I got beat, and I moved it over. Then it was a 4, then it was a 4, so I don't get that one. I think I'm correct. 3 rolls. All right, let's bring it back. I was so enamored with those 4s. That's what it's been doing to me for sessions. Bring it back. All right, now we're on roll 4. There's the 7, which math says will happen more often than not. I get 300. I get to bring this one back. And I get to pay $15 in big. Or $12.50, whatever. I'll take 10, no big deal. Okay? So I went from 3 to 6. And then it would have been 9, 3, 6, 9, all right? That's why you need bankroll. Anyway, we bring that back. Here we are. 1, 2, 265. I'm over my 2. I can screw with that if I want to. Or I can go for the 300. For this video, let's go 300 this time. Alright, just because. But you can have that stop anywhere you want, then put all your money back and use that extra and go out there and try to go for the moon if you want. That'll make everybody happy, right? So here we go. Roll 1. The KKG Pyramid. But it's not final yet. Don't go out there and try to play this yet. Alright. Now it's ready. Roll 1. A 2. That's a waste. Roll 2. A 4. These 4s lately. Alright, but that's roll 2. I get to win 50. And roll 3. A 6. Didn't matter what this ended up being. These are on all the time. I'm sorry. That's 35. That's roll 3. Now you know you're probably close to that 300. You don't even have to keep that out at all, or you can reduce it. You still got to use your brain. You still got to sort of bend, you know, as the river winds, you got to sort of wind with it. You can't just play blind. Alright? So if I bring this back, now remember, I'm at roll 4 if I want to. There's 1. There's the 2 there's 3. That's what I needed. I can screw around with that 25 right there. KKG, fuck you, bet. I think that's the thing to do. But for this video, just to keep showing you, we're going to take this 300 and go roll 4. Roll 4. There's the 8. Roll 5. There's the 6. And my last roll. Roll 6. And I got hit with a 10. Maybe it's 5. I don't know. Alright, so I lose that. Now I got to keep playing. Dadgummit all. Oh well, that'll give this a good thing. I ain't coming back over there. We'll go 6, we'll come back out. Could have left it 200. Could have left it 300. I had 25 left to screw with. Can anybody say that's what I should have done? But since we're just still in testing, it don't matter as much. Alright, roll 1. That's a wasted. Roll 2. That's wasted. And roll 3. 5. Hey, we get something out of it. I think that's important. 3 rolls, no more. Alright. Roll 4. Another 10. It just don't want me teaching you guys. Alright? I just don't. It's just showing you that anything can happen no matter what you do. That's fine. We're going to go to 9. Here we go. Got hit over there. I don't know. We'll change it. Roll 1. So we're going to hang with this until this can resolve. Alright, roll 1. There's the 7. So 9, this wins 450. Oh man. Ugh. This wins 450. What's the big on that? 5, 10, 20, 20 something dollars. We'll give it a quarter. Big. But that's roll 1. But it reset because of the 7. We bring this back down to 6. But yeah. Alright. Roll 1. Wasted 11. Roll 2. A 5. And roll 3. A 9. Roll 4. The 4s and 10s have been just kicking my ass. Roll 4. Yeah, 7. So that 6 gets me 3. That's $15 in rigs. Ah. One, two, three, 4, 5. And I sort of went backwards a little bit. When you lay, it just sort of works, but that's all right. Let's, we're going to drop to 3 again. Let's keep with the 4 and do our roll 1. Plus, you notice it's a grind. It's a grindy strategy. I was talking to my brother today, sort of explaining things to him. He can't do it. There's most people. John Green, my platinum member, is listening to me, and he's got 2 times his bankroll. He's listening. Thank you, John, for listening. And he said to me he wished more people would listen. Well, the reason why more people won't listen is because we're not the same. Somebody's risk tolerance, their Action Jackson level, whatever. You know, so I can't expect everybody to think like me. Anyway, roll number 1. There's an 8. And again, they're on. This puck don't mean shit right now, but so if you catch me missing it, roll 1, 35. Okay, roll 2. 9, 35. And roll 3. 7. I get 150 minus 135. We'll call it even because of big. Maybe I get $5. Whatever. All right. Start over. Roll 1. There's a 6. 35. Roll 2. 8. And roll 3. I'm looking for, actually there's a 7 on roll 3. That's another $5 after big. Alright. Sort of forces you to hang in there a little bit, but that's okay. You could have left it 200, remember that. You definitely could have left it 3. Again, for video purposes, I extended it. But I'm counting it, but I could have been gone a long time ago. Everybody remember that. Alright, here we go. Roll 1. Whoops, there's the 10. I needed to change the dice, but we'll keep it. Roll 1. Roll 2. There's a 6. I haven't been able to get out of this gate. I've been getting hit before roll 3 or 4 times. I'm just saying. Roll 3. And I get hit. I can't quite get out of my own way. Here's roll 3. These come down. I go back up to 6. Change it over. Roll 4. Roll 5. And roll 6. Alright, that's enough of him. Okay, wait for this 7. There's the 7. Too bad, came one later. That's okay. Alright, now let's come back. Roll 1. I got my air conditioner off just so you guys can hear me. It's hotter than shit in this room. Okay. Roll 1. There's a 12. That's a waste. Roll 2. There's the 7. I get 300 here. Minus 15, we'll say in big. Alright, this would come down to 3. And that was roll whatever, don't matter. It's a 7 that resets. So let's see where we are. Let's see if we can actually quit this time. There. 3,000, 4, 5, 56, 20. There's my bankroll. Yeah, I think I can quit. Maybe it was good for us to see that. Now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's get 3 of those. 460 bucks, and I paid the big. I'm sort of liking what I'm doing here. But again, I know these have been longer. Thanks for bearing with me. You got to see my whole thought process and see how I get whacked and how I get out of it. But I am now 400. If I wanted 2, this is over. If I wanted 3, I'm over this. But me, I'm thinking, shit, take the 4 and play with 60. Do a fuck you bet with 60. See if you can take it up. So that's what I'm going to do. We're going to take the 400. Hell yeah. We had to fight our ass off to get it. A lot of people won't fight like this to make 400 bucks. They just won't. Alright, now what we're going to do is this. This is the KKG fuck you bet, but we're going to treat it sort of like whatever. Roll 1. There's an 11. Roll 2. There's the 6. This time we're automatically going to go. And then roll 3. A 6. Remember, that's a fuck you bet. That's going to be worth 70 bucks. This is where you do this shit on the fuck you bets, on the profit, after you bank something, okay? Alright, so now we're going, okay, that was good, that was good. Now you're sitting here going, now what? You turn 60 into 150, 160. Right? Maybe that's enough. Since this video has been so long, let's call it enough for a good fuck you bet. We did good. We'll call it a $15 tip. Any extra big I missed, whatever. There's 25. And we can add that. 550, we can add that to the bag. We need to check our bag now. Because remember, I'm bypassing the 3. I don't want you to play this way. I want you to have 3 envelopes. I'm just doing it for this experiment only because it's just an experiment anyway, right? Alright, so I start at 0. 0. I want you to know that. 0. This is all since I've been starting this experiment. Or no. The KISS. I'm still running a KISS series. I just threw this in the middle of it. Keep it simple, stupid. That's when I started at 0. So all this is from that. All of it. Start at 0. It's hard to believe, isn't it? How these damn things will add up. Ask my boy John Green. Ask anybody who will listen. Alright. There's 200. There's 300. Five, 10, 15. I started this at 0. Go however long the KISS series, you see where I started it at 0. But I am playing, what I play. There's 1, there's 2, there's 3, there's 4, there's 4,500, 4,600 bucks. Since I started this all over again from 0. I can't tell you how many times I've built a bankroll or built envelopes. I can't tell you. The way that I play works. Hate me if you want to. Hate what I stand for if you want to. Hate the way I think if you want to. But through all my years, it's done me very, very, very well. That's all I know to tell you. So we're going to call this the KKG Pyramid. The next video, we're going to do, we're going to figure out if that's the way to do it, or we're going to use some of the profits, all the profits to bump. I know there's a lot of people that like to fucking press. We'll figure out if that's the right way to do. On the next one, and then before too long, we're going to have our final product. And that'll be cool. Now I'm going to turn my air back on. Jeez. Thank you, everybody, for that long video. Until the next time, be great.